So I recently attended my daughter's graduation. She went from VPK to kindergarten, and we were all very proud of her. And it dawned on me, a lot of real estate investors don't do the same things my daughter did, which is to graduate. They still manage their own properties, still source their own deals, they're still doing rehabs. And I thought, why? In today's video, I want to be really practical and actually show you examples and ways that you can graduate to get to the next level in real estate. All right, so if you're in the category of not having any money, your number one goal is to get money. And so here's the problem that people fall into. They start trying to get creative and finding different ways of getting money. And instead, likely your number one use of your time is actually being a really good employee. So when I was in college, I worked at Target working the overnight shift. And within a few months, I was due for a promotion. They were going to make me as a manager. Now, I was smart enough to quit before I became a manager. It felt like a death sentence, but there were people that were there for years and never got promoted. So I was due for promotion because I showed up early, I worked hard, I played the role that I was supposed to play, and I asked my manager about how to become a manager. My number one advice if you have no money is to be a really good employee, provide a lot of value, and ask, how do you get promoted? If there is no pathway to get promoted or to make more money, likely your best move is to go to another industry or another job. If there is no path to get more money, chances are you're in the wrong industry or you're at the wrong company and you have to jump ship. You have to go somewhere else. Most people with no money are better off doing a really good job as an employee and making more money where they currently work, or jumping ship and going somewhere else. The second stage is when you have a little bit of money and you have a little bit of time. One of the biggest mistakes people do is they fill their little bit of time with little bit of ways to make a little bit of money. It's a trap because you get stuck with just making a little bit more money. And these are people who decide to be a wholesaler. These are people who decide to get some little side hustle. These are people who start filling up their time, really just staying busy, not even really making money or not using their time wisely on something that would dramatically change their life. Instead, I would recommend focusing on developing what we call a high income skill. This is something that will launch you to start making over $100,000 per year. There's so many people that get trapped doing Uber. There's no high income skill in Uber. Instead, you should be looking at how do you create an AI app? How do you pick up your sales skills? How do you study engineering? You want to focus your time on things that will make you over $100,000 a year. Forget about the $10,000 activities. And this includes wholesaling. This includes flipping. All of these things are jobs that you're going to have to keep doing each and every year. And any single transaction will not change your life. As a rule of thumb, I don't do anything once that I don't want to do 20 times. So because I don't want to flip 20 properties, I'm not going to flip one, even if a good opportunity fell on my lap. Likely that opportunity is filled with landmines, and I don't want to get stuck doing something I don't want to keep doing. With these high income skills, you should be able to enter the third category where you finally have money and you have some time. So again, you have to treat your time as if it's a precious commodity. You don't want to blow your time on dumb activities. So if you have money and you have time, you should invest your money in things that will get you more time. Don't invest your money in things that will get you less time. So for example, buying a rehab properties will now eat into your time. That doesn't make any sense because the whole point of investing is to get back more time. You also should not manage your own real estate properties. That's going to use up a lot of your time. And generally, you're not going to be as good as a professional property management company. So that 8% that you're savings, you're actually costing yourself way more in the time that you spent trying to learn something that's not a core competency of yours. So save time by not doing the rehab, save time by not managing your own properties, and save time by not sourcing your own deals. If you're at that stage where you have money, you should be able to now get to the point where you can start asking people, hey, what deals you got? So if you're working with a real estate agent that sends you a list and you have to drive around, you're doing it the wrong way. If you're sending out a whole bunch of lowball offers, waiting for the counter, and now you're stuck having to do all the repairs on those properties, you're doing it the wrong way. The main benefit of real estate is you can leverage other people's time. So you should be working with turnkey providers or other groups that have deals in hand. Here at Build to Rent, we work in 5 different states and we work with over 20 different builders. We source these deals for our clients. So if you schedule an appointment with us and you ask, hey, what deals you got? We'll immediately be able to give you a whole list of our inventory, pro formas, videos, tell you which ones are already rented, which ones are completed, which ones are a couple months away from being completed, and walk you through all your options on the very first call. One of our biggest value propositions is we can get to the point very quickly. We typically can close on a property within just 2 phone calls. And again, not only are you going to get a better deal than what you can get on the market or driving for dollars, we're also saving time because you can very quickly get to that point where you can say yes or no. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section or schedule an appointment at buildtorent.com.